From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the afternoon news for November 4th, 2025. These are the stories we are covering at this hour. Dick Cheney, the hard-charging conservative who became one of the most powerful and polarizing vice presidents in U.S. history and a leading advocate for the invasion of Iraq, has died at age 84. Cheney died Monday due to complications of pneumonia and cardiac and vascular disease, his family said in a statement. For decades, Dick Cheney served our nation, including as White House Chief of Staff, Wyoming's Congressman, Secretary of Defense, and Vice President of the United States. The statement said, Dick Cheney was a great and good man who taught his children and grandchildren to love our country and to live lives of courage, honor, love, kindness, and fly fishing. We are grateful beyond measure for all Dick Cheney did for our country, and we are blessed beyond measure to have loved and been loved by this noble giant of a man. A survivor of 5 heart attacks, Cheney long thought he was living on borrowed time and declared in 2013 that he awoke each morning with a smile on my face, thankful for the gift of another day, an odd image for a figure who always seemed to be manning the ramparts. In his time in office, no longer was the vice president merely a ceremonial afterthought. Instead, Cheney made it a network of back channels from which to influence policy on Iraq. That's just a formal way of saying the invasion of Iraq. Terrorism, presidential powers, energy, and other conservative cornerstones. Fixed with a seemingly permanent half-smile, detractors called it a smirk. Cheney joked about his outsized reputation as a stealthy manipulator. Am I the evil genius in the corner that nobody ever sees come out of this hole? He asked. It's a nice way to operate, actually. His words. Moving on. Kimberly Guilfoyle, a former California prosecutor, television personality, and close ally of U.S. President Donald Trump, officially took office Tuesday as the first U.S. female ambassador to Greece. Guilfoyle, age 56, who was once engaged to Donald Trump Jr., presented her diplomatic credentials to Greek President Konstantin Tassoulis after being sworn in September 29th in Washington. The former Fox News host's arrival comes as the United States works to boost liquefied natural gas exports to Eastern Europe through Greek port facilities. U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright and Interior Secretary Doug Burgum are expected in Athens this week for talks focused on expanding Western gas exports to war-torn Ukraine through a modified multinational pipeline network. Guilfoyle and the visiting officials are scheduled to meet with Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis and attend ministerial meetings organized by the Washington-based Atlantic Council. And finally, scientists have spotted the brightest flare yet from a supermassive black hole that shines with the light of 10 trillion suns. These bursts of light and energy can come up from things like tangled up magnetic fields or hiccups in the heated gas disks surrounding black holes. The flares help illuminate researchers' understanding of the black holes within. The latest cosmic display was spotted in 2018 by a camera at the Palomar Observatory in California. It took about 3 months to shine at peak brightness and has been decaying in the years since. It likely happened because a large star wandered too close to the black hole and got shredded to pieces. At first, we didn't really believe the number about the energy, said study author Matthew Graham with the California Institute of Technology, which operates Palomar. The new findings were published Tuesday in the journal Nature Astronomy. And oh yes, voting. It's election day. 2 years after the deadliest mass shooting in state history, Maine residents are voting on whether to make it easier for family members to petition a court to restrict a potentially dangerous person's access to guns. A statewide ballot question Tuesday asks residents if they want to build on the state's yellow flag law, which allows police officers to initiate a process to keep someone away from firearms. Approval would add Maine to more than 20 states that have a red flag law empowering family members to take the same step. Gun safety advocates began pushing for a stricter red flag law after 18 people were killed when an Army reservist opened fire at a bowling alley and a bar and grill in Lewiston in October 2023. An independent commission appointed by Maine's governor later concluded that there were numerous opportunities for intervention by both Army officials and civilian law enforcement. And that is the news at this hour. As more news happens throughout the day, turn to the PEP Radio YouTube channel for updates. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Roku, and Alexa. If you are in the Meadville area, be sure to stop by the Special Olympics table at the grocery entrance at Walmart. They will be collecting donations for the local Special Olympics through November 21st. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.